and Dwayne Wade right at the body of Anderson Varejao. Welcome to your Kodak moment, Anderson Varejao. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
Let's move on. OKC initially took James Harden. You know, traded him a few years later, like we just talked about. But you already got a great core here of KD and Russell Westbrook and Serge Ibaka, I believe. So, what is there left to look for? Kevin, why don't you take first pick here?
I gotta see. Because the problem is like you can't. I mean, there's not much like there's not that many holes that you have to fill in.
I got my
that
pick
team already.
locked in immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately, oh damn.
Yeah, I'm taking Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
What? Over DeMar DeRozan?
Absolutely over DeMar DeRozan.
I don't know about that.
I mean,
we'll get to DeMar later.
We'll
get to DeMar later because I can talk for ages about DeMar. I got DeMar falling way deep in this draft.
I don't know about what DeMar.
Patrick, let me defend the pick, right?
Who's better than DeMar in this draft?
You want the whole list? Because I'll give you the whole list later.
Bro, you don't want to hear, bro. You're going to roast.
Let me talk about Drew Holiday, Patrick, all right?
Okay. All right.
What do you need alongside Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant? You need shooting, you need defense, and you need someone who can run the point off the bench or when Russ is not in the game, right? Drew Holiday brings all three of those, first of all. Second of all, the Thunder had Thabo Sefolosha at that time, and the biggest weakness of those Thunder's teams was the fact that Thabo Sefolosha could not hit a three-point shot to save his life, all right? And then they got the second version of Thabo in Andre Roberson, but that's a whole story for another time. Drew Holiday just fits as the third option of that team so well as someone who can be a ball handler when either Russ or KD is out, as someone that can get his own, but more than anything, can focus on defense along with Serge Ibaka. Those two can be the two defensive anchors of the team. Russ doesn't have to worry about playing defense. Early in his career, Russ was not a good defender by any means, and he never really learned how to play defense great, but he at least got remotely better in just disrupting passing lanes. You have Kevin Durant, who is a great two-way player, but again had not figured it all out by then. Was still primarily there just to shoot, like just to score. I just think the fit is too much to pass up, and I think the fit is so perfect, and it's still such a great player that this is honestly the best situation you could ask for. Because you go into the next season with Russ, Drew, Jeff Green? Yeah, Jeff Green, Kevin Durant, and Serge Ibaka. All right, and then you can trade Jeff Green for whatever you're going to trade him for. Maybe it's still Kendrick Perkins. Maybe you avoid his massive contract. But I think at that point, Drew isn't asking for the max that James Harden is. Or if he is, you've at least seen enough of him that you can really figure that out. Like, he's not in that minimized role, because with James Harden and Russell Westbrook, the fit was questionable because neither played defense. With Drew Holiday and Russell Westbrook, you have one of the best defensive guards in the league who's not a zero on offense. So I think that works perfectly. For me, it's fit over talent here. I think Blake Griffin is the more talented player, and over the first 5 years of his career, he was miles better. But whereas Drew Holiday is still playing at a high level, Blake Griffin is a hollowed out husk of the player that he once was. So I'm going Drew Holiday, and I really love that pick.
You don't would you consider Ricky Rubio at all?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. Kevin, did my rant about Drew Holiday give you enough time to figure out your pick?
See, because I was just trying to look through the whole list, and then I see Drew Holiday, and I'm like, that's actually damn it, should let me go on first.
Take Taj Gibson.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, if I had to take anybody else, Lord Jesus, I would, because I know Oklahoma would need defense. So in that terms, I would probably either take Taj Gibson or James Johnson. Actually, you know what? F it. Give me Joe Ingles. Give me Joe Ingles. That's it.
Oh my. Both of y'all
I have
bugging.
nothing to say.
Both of y'all bugging. Kevin might be bugging a little bit more, but both of y'all bugging.
Well, I can't take Drew Holiday. What do you want me to do?
Why
I'm
are
taking
you
DeMar
taking
DeRozan.
Joe Ingles? I think Danny
kidding.
Green would make more sense than Joe Ingles.
Hold on. Wait. Am
Oh
I
my goodness.
Are we bugging out?
I think you
Okay,
are.
wait. I was actually no. I was joking. Nope, I was joking. My fault. I did not actually think he got drafted in 2009. I thought he got drafted later. I'll probably take James Johnson.
Why are you taking James Johnson at third
Because
overall?
you took Drew Holiday.
Yeah, but James Johnson makes no sense. Why not take Blake Griffin?
Oh my God.
DeMar DeRozan.
He goes in the. Does he go in this draft? Does he go in this draft?
He was the first
Yes,
pick
right?
of this
#1.
draft.
I forgot completely. Correction, my fault. Let me just correct myself one more time. I would take Blake Griffin. There you go.
Thank you.
Mm.
Good
Mm.
lord.
I forgot entirely he was in this draft.
I mean, it is. Blake Griffin's story is pretty sad. He was the first pick and kind of didn't underwhelm. The league just changed around him, and now he's the forgotten name of this draft.
I think that he just got hurt a lot.
Yeah.
That's it. Because he was adapting to the league. He honestly was. He just started getting hurt too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If I had to, for me, I mean, yeah, you can probably kick out Jeff Green and then trade him away, and you could just have.
Kevin, I have 2 questions for you now. What
Okay,
happens
go
to
ahead.
Serge Ibaka? How do Serge Ibaka and Blake Griffin fit?
Make Serge play center.
And
Exactly.
how great of a combo do you think Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and Blake Griffin are? And I quickly want to say this is a great storyline because, Blake Griffin went to Oklahoma for college. So
That's bad fit, though. That's a bad fit.
It isn't the best fit, but if you want because okay, look, we're probably not gonna get like the Russell Westbrook of triple double Russell Westbrook that probably like tries to get every single assist, like tries to stuff it as much as possible so he can get that triple double. But I feel like if he does put more emphasis in assists, you could get like a semi lob city. He's not like a pass, like almost like a pass like Chris Paul. He's not like that good of a passer, but you imagine Russell Westbrook and Blake Griffin both dunking right there, and then in Oklahoma City, that's a pretty good arena for me to be in.
The spacing of that team is disgusting. You got KD who can hit a shot, and that is it.